Morning, afternoon, evening people, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, I'm Tony, this is Teddy, my little sidekick. I'm giving you a quick tour of what I've got growing in March. So first things first, get out of the allotment, show you what I've got on over there. So let's go. Okay, so here we are. Sorry, I had a bit of microphone failure, bit of a voiceover. So this is in no way a definitive guide as to what you should have on in March. I'm just showing you what I have got on. Now some stuff I'm late with, some stuff I'm early with. I'll talk you through that as we go through the video. So first things first, let's head into the Polytunnel and I'll show you what I've got on in there. So those are my onions. The back is the leeks. I had a big onion seed failure this year, so I did put a load of onion sets on, which I'll just show you now. So there's my onion sets. I did do that on video, so if you want to see that, head to the Growing Veg Gardening Library on the channel. The back there, I've got leafy greens, gem lettuce, kale, and some pak choi. The pak choi have bolted, but I'm going to try and let those go to seed and save some seed for next year or for this winter. Over here then is my potatoes. They're my super first early potatoes, put on mid-January. I did a video on those also. I'll put a card up to that on the screen at the end of this video. And what you can see in the guttering there is peas. Peas are germinating nicely, as you can see. On the subject of potatoes, that's what I got on in the polytunnel, my super first earlies. I'm now going to show you the potatoes that I planted the day before yesterday. Now I planted two varieties of potatoes yesterday. King Edwards, those 4 containers there have got one single King Edwards seed potato in each container. That bed there has got 6 King Edward seed potatoes in it for an experiment we're doing for another video. And that bed has got 6 King Edward shop bought potatoes in it. The experiment basically is to compare the two against each other. So that video will be coming later in the year after the harvest, so hit subscribe if you want to see that. This bed has got 2 King Edward and 6 Desiree, which is a red skin potato that's very drought resistant, which makes it very popular with allotmenteers. Now those containers at the back there, 7 of those have got 2 Desiree seed potatoes per container, and the rest have got 2 King Edward seed potatoes per container. What you can see there's my strawberries. I planted those from strawberry runners about a month ago. That was on film, if you do want to see that. So over to the right of this now, you're going to see my rhubarb. You can see that rhubarb is popping off. We could actually harvest that and do a rhubarb crumble. If you want to see a rhubarb crumble recipe video with that rhubarb, let me know in the comments. The bed you can see behind me here is carrots. Now I sowed the carrots, 2 varieties, about 2 weeks ago. They've not germinated yet. But the carrots you can see at the back there are last year's carrots. We're going to try and save some seed. Carrots are biannual, which means they complete their life cycle over the space of 2 years. Which means they go to seed in their 2nd year, just like onions. So that's a future video, carrot seed. The bed you can see here is my garlic. This garlic did go in October. I did put that on film, if you want to see it. It's over in the Gardening Growing Veg Library on the channel. At the back there, what you can see is parsnips. Now I left some parsnips in the ground. I didn't expect them to grow again. I was kind of hoping that they'd break down below the surface and feed the soil. However, they started growing again. So I'm going to try and harvest those from between the garlic if I can. This bed here is leeks. Now these are last year's leeks. That bed to the right also had leeks in. I harvested those last week and we've used those. I will be harvesting the leeks in that bed shortly because again, leeks are biannual, so they will bolt and go to seed. I'm not intending on saving any leek seed this year. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back home. I'm going to show you all the seeds that I've got germinating back there. Here we are. Okay, I'll take you upstairs now and show you what I've got germinated on the windowsill. So these are beans, navy beans or haricot beans. I did do a video on those. That was a bit of an experiment. Half of them are shop bought and half of them are seed. So we did a comparison video. I'll link that in the description. That's my love hate by Nick the Gardener that I will do an update on in a while. These are my other squash, 5 different varieties, winter and summer squash, and these are my tomatoes. Now tomatoes, arguably mid-March, I generally plant them in February, so I do believe I'm late to the party with tomatoes. However, some people don't plant them until mid-March anyway, so I'm sure we'll get a crop. We've got brassicas here, so this is cabbage, that's cauliflower. Cauliflower from there. As you can see, the cabbage has germinated much better than the cauliflower. Now these I'm a bit late with. Really, these could be going out now with the fleece cover. Have a look at the size of them. And next to it there, Brussels sprouts. They're doing okay. They'll be an autumn winter crop, so they'll be fine. That there is butternut squash for the polytunnel. And these two here are zucchini or courgette, again for the polytunnel. And this is an experiment I'm doing. It's a grape plant, red grapes. I'm going to plant that in the polytunnel in the corner and try and train that to grow up and along one of the supports in the polytunnel. That's a future video. And last but not least, I have got potatoes shitting still. Quite a lot. Now, as you see, I've got a lot of potatoes on, but I've also got a lot more to plant. So if you want to see those future upcoming videos, hit subscribe for me. If you enjoy this kind of video, give us a big thumbs up. I'll put the video where I planted those super early potatoes up here if you want to see that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.